right. Yeah, so I can see we have a few people joining already, uh, I guess on YouTube. All right, so if you have joined this stream and you can hear me, please go ahead and drop a message in the chat. You can just drop your name and drop uh, your location, basically where you're joining from. So for example, myself, I would say, I'm Mav joining from Lagos, Nigeria. Okay, so just do that, while we wait for others to join. We're just going to, look at the Discord application and, of course, make you also learn and probably get familiar, right? With the Discord server, okay, with the Top Universe Discord server. So drop a message in the chat if you can hear me. All right, so I can see Bisola from Lagos, Nigeria. Welcome, Bisola. John joining from Nairobi, Kenya. So, John, it is past 10 your time. All right, well done, John. Thanks for joining. Okay, so we have Chrysophobe from Nigeria. Right, welcome, Chrysophobe. All right, so let's have the names and the location. All right, in the chat. So go ahead and drop your name. Tell us where you're joining from. We expect to see more people join. Right, most of you might be familiar with Discord already, and yeah, we have decided to go with Discord. We have been using Discord from day one to avoid having that isolated learning environment. We just want to make sure we have regular conversations, okay, with everybody that joins the training, okay. So the resources, the class links, all the necessary materials you will need will be shared via the Discord chat, and of course, you get the opportunity to learn how to communicate even better with people from different backgrounds, okay, people from different regions, with different culture. Um, all right, so I can see Ike from, is that Ike or Ike? No, I'm not sure, but yeah, from Berlin. Um, well done. And Tolani from Nigeria. All right. Okay, so I think we actually have more numbers. So go ahead and drop your name and your location, right? Just tell us where you're joining from. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing my screen. While you're dropping your details in the chat, I'll be speaking to this already. We're starting off, right now. So I have my screen, and I'm sure you can see my screen. So Benjamin from Ghana. Hi, Benjamin. Okay. I know most of us are already on the WhatsApp group. Probably most of us are already on the Discord server as well. I'll just go ahead, to open up the, let's see, Top Universe 300 Dev Days. Favor from Los Angeles, okay. And we have Sam from Ghana. All right, thanks for joining in. We have the website opened up right here. All right, so this is going to be a quick one, yeah. So we currently have, the website opened up on my screen. I'm sure you can see my screen. Remember to share this with your friends as well. It's a program that is meant to last for 10 months, right? You're going to get, all the help you will need, at least, when it comes to learning. We're going to do our best to provide, the materials. We're going to provide, the necessary guidance that you need, okay. So these are the things you're learning, HTML, CSS, Git, GitHub, Vue, React, and of course, you are not expected to master, everything here. You're expected to understand them, understand how it works, know how to use them, at least, for basic, for the most basic, things, right? Then of course you have more resources, at your disposal, and you should be able to learn more, in your free time. All right, so we have Express.js, Node.js, MongoDB, and Postgres SQL. Yeah, so you can register. You can click on this button to actually view the program brochure. And of course, if you scroll down here, you're also going to see your instructors, right? So these guys are going to be training you. for the period of 10 months. These are professionals that have been doing this for, a long time. And I mean, this is basically what they do on a daily basis, right? We have Mabel, from Nigeria, Valerie from Kenya. We have Will from Nigeria, Isaac from Ghana, Favor from Nigeria, Stephen from Nigeria, Rogers from Kenya, Michael from Nigeria, Emmanuel, of course, Nigerian, but based in the UK, right? Working at Slide. We have Brian, right, who is currently in Berlin, Germany. So these are your instructors, and I'm sure we are going to, have fun during the period of learning. Right. So please go ahead and drop your detail in the chats. Your name and where you're joining from. All right. So if you don't have a Discord account, please go ahead and follow through, right? Maybe you are with your laptop. Please open discord.com. I'll be dropping these links in the chats, while I speak. So discord.com. All right. I'm still waiting to see more names anyways. So drop your name, drop where you're joining from the chat. All right, so remember to sign up. When you click on register for free, it takes you to the Google form. You simply have to put in your details, and of course, it takes you to WhatsApp so that you can join the group, right? We're using WhatsApp to ensure that the communication, right, and the updates, I mean, it will be easy for you to, have access to those updates, right? Rather than simply putting them on Discord alone. Okay, but most of the engagements, when it comes to sharing those resources, most of those things are happening on Discord, and the classes are going to be live just like this. All right. So all you need to do is just ensure you have a good internet, connection. Try to join with your laptop so you can, follow up with the classes live. All right. So yeah. So go ahead. Visit discord.com. You can download the application. If you're using a Windows, download for Windows, download for Mac, download for Linux if you're using Ubuntu or some other distribution, right? You can also use it on your browser. Okay, so if you want to set up an account, you can start by clicking on login, and you can also access the sign up page from there. So let's wait for this to load. Um, what else do I need to share on this page? By the way, if you have questions, feel free to drop your questions in the chat. Yeah, I mean, I think you should also, check out other programs that, we have. In case you want to share that, you want to share with your friends, so you can actually do that. So if you don't have an account, click on register and, go ahead to put some of your details, right? You can put your email, you can put your display name, your username, your password, your date of birth, right? And of course, you have to click on this checkbox to agree to the Discord terms of service and privacy policy. All right. So when you put in these details, you go ahead and click on continue. I already have an account, so I'm not going to be doing this, but it's quite straightforward. Your email, your display name, your username, the password, date of birth, which comprises of the day, the month, and the year. All right. Then of course you agree to the terms of service and privacy policy, and you click on continue. Now, when you're done setting up your Discord account, it's going to send a verification email, right? So you have to check your email. You have to open your Gmail or your Yahoo Mail or your Hotmail, whichever provider you use, right? So you have to log in and click on the confirmation email that you've received from Discord. Okay. Most times, of course, the email would be right there in your inbox. But if you can't see it in your inbox, you can as well check your junk mail or your spams. Okay, so yeah, that is it. I mean, it's pretty much straightforward to create an account. If you have your account created, then of course you can proceed to download the desktop app. I would always recommend you download the desktop app, right? If I should click on this now, I'm simply going to download the app for my Mac, but I already have it installed. Okay, so once you've created your account, you've verified your account, of course you've downloaded the application. the next thing would be to sign in to your desktop application. And I'm simply going to close this right now, and I would share the desktop app so we can quickly walk through on the app. Okay. All right. So by the way, if you have questions, the chat is open. Go ahead and drop your messages in the chat. All right. Okay. So before I start going through, the various details, about Discord. I mean, we have a ton of videos, teaching you how to use Discord, whether it's Discord mobile or Discord desktop. We're going to be focusing on the desktop application, right? And I would definitely advise most of us here, to use Discord on your laptops, right? I mean, it's a good idea to have Discord on your phone, but I mean, during class activities, we recommend whether it's joining the stream or joining Discord, right? For most of these activities, if you use your laptop, then of course it's kind of better because you can simply join the stage, and if someone is sharing his or her screen, you simply have access to view most of. I mean, you can easily see what they have on their screen, right? So whether you're joining the YouTube a live stream, right? Or you're joining other activities that happens uh, on the respective channels. Yeah, you should be able to follow up, with your laptop, right? You can use the phone. You can use the phone or the mobile app just to ensure that you're, keeping up. If you're not, with your laptop at that given moment, all right. So let me click on the yeah, I think one thing I also forgot to share with you is the link that you can use in accessing the Discord server. Okay, and I think I should do that. Right, so I'm going to do that right now. Let me go ahead and share a different screen. 1 minute. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing this. Yeah, let's share a different screen here. Okay, so all you need to do is to visit topuniverse.org/discord, and I hope you can see my screen. So if you visit topuniverse.org/discord, it's going to take you to the uh, invite page, right? So this is the invite page to join the Top Universe community. Um, of course, I already joined. Yeah, I mean, I'm already part of that community, so I don't have to try to join again, right? But if you are not in the community just yet, follow the link topuniverse.org, right, /discord. Okay. So you see, it simply took me to Discord app launched because I already have Discord installed on my laptop. Um, yeah, and I'm already part of the community as well. Please, someone can help me drop the link in the chat, topuniverse.org/discord. All right. I think we should also drop the information for others in the WhatsApp group, for the newbies, most especially, so they can, catch up with what we're talking about. Anita, Amaka, Favor, if you're in the chat, please do that. Yeah, Anita, Amaka, Favor, if you're in the chat, please do that. All right. Let's close this for now. Okay, so back to the Discord window. All right, so I can see a bunch of messages already. So we have Favor joining from Netherlands. We have Anita joining from Mombasa, Kenya. Welcome, guys. We have Murat from Ogun State, Nigeria. Welcome. All right, so I'm expecting to see more names, right? So tell us your name, tell us where you are joining from. Okay, so this is the first screen you get to see if you're just joining the Top Universe Discord server, right? Currently on the server, we have over 4,000 members. Um, yeah, and in the community generally, including those that have signed up for courses and programs, we have a total of I believe on the website, I mean, it shows 13,000 plus, but I believe we're already approaching 14,000, right? So yeah, I mean, it's quite a large community, and we are growing rapidly. So yeah, please make sure you're on the Discord server so you can get to communicate with others. All right. Um, and you have this is a new account I created, so of course we have a few suggested channels. But what I'm going to do is to first assume that most of us don't quite understand the interface. So let me zoom in on this just to make sure you can see this very well. Okay, I think this is quite good. All right, so what you see on this side is basically the members list, right? So you can actually hide or show that members list right from here. All right, and on the members list, as you can see, we have different categories. We have the admins, we have the community ops, right? We have the comrade, which is basically our Discord bot. We have the members from different, specializations, right? UI, UX, front end, product management, the back end. I mean, these are the guys that are active, right? And we have others that are also, active, especially the newbies, but they are yet to join a specific specialization, which you will be able to join. You would have the ability to join using the Discord bot, right? It makes life way easier for us, and I will show you a couple of things you can do with the bot, at least for now. We are still adding more functionalities. We also have an AI bot, but that would come in later, right? We'll teach you how to use it as well, for basically similarly to the way you use Chat GPT. Of course, it leverages Chat GPT. We'll give you more details on that, later. Right. So we have the members list right here, and of course, you can search. You can search for users. You can search for a specific message, right, using the search box. And here you have, the pinned messages, right? So when we have pinned messages, you can simply, see those pinned messages from here. Okay, so you can basically configure your notification settings, right? You can choose to see all messages, see most of the mentioned messages, right? When you are tagged or when your category or your role is tagged. Um, yeah, or maybe you want to see only the activities when you are mentioned, right? Or you don't want to see any notification at all. So we would always recommend that you, turn on notifications to see all messages. I mean, quite all right. Some messages might just be, chatty messages amongst, community members, right? But it's better to have all messages, come in, and then you decide to filter through those messages and pick the important ones. Most people would usually mute themselves completely. When vital informations are shared, you might miss out on them. All right. So I think configuring the notification setting has to do with your preference, but based on our recommendation, it's a great idea if you are able to see most of the messages. The Discord link is in the chat, right? It's in the chat, topuniverse.org/discord. Okay. Yeah. So welcome, Michael from Edo State. Welcome. Okay. So if you are yet to introduce yourself, please go ahead and do that in the chat. Um, Right. So let's proceed. Okay. So this is the welcome page, and yeah, you can actually see this section here holds a list of the channels, right, and categories. All right. So for example, you have the general category, and then you have a list of channels. You have the general channel, the mid journey channel, the town hall. I'm also going to explain individual channels, and I think it's a great idea if you are able to understand. The icons you see right here. So we'll talk about them shortly. Now on this section, you see the list of servers that you belong to. Okay, so these are the list of servers. These are the list of channels and the categories that those channels belong to. Or messages. Okay, and then when you click on this, you see the list of members. All right. Okay, so let me click on this channel, for example. Now this is the 300 dev days channel, right? So basically, you see, you can drop messages, right? It's open, it's free, okay? So you can drop messages. You see, we have a bunch of messages already. We can simply drop a message to say, hi favorites. So I'm basically tagging favorites. I am tagging Amaka. I am tagging Anita, right? And of course, um, yeah, I mean, these guys will definitely respond to you when they see your message. Okay, so all right, so basically this is, the primary channel where you would have your conversations, and we're going to get to the, category where we'll find this channel. Currently, we're seeing this under the suggested, category, but we'll get there shortly, okay? So if you click on channels and roles, it's going to give you, a list of most of these channels and roles, especially when you click on the browse channel. You see we have a lot of channels here, welcome, start here, code verification, general announcement, blah, blah, blah. We have a ton of them. Let's just take it one step at a time. So the general channel, now this is where we drop, updates, messages, general messages that does not specifically, speak to a track, right? So when I say a track, we're referring to, the specialization, right? Just like UI UX, just like front-end development, back-end development. We have a bunch of categories. You can't see them here. As I said earlier, this is a fresh account, right? So that is why we can't see, most of those categories. And I would show you how we can basically, join one of those categories. Okay, so we have the cloud engineering category showing up here. Okay, so we'll get to talk about this. Yeah, shortly. Let's take it one step at a time. So this is the general channel, right? A lot of messages. Okay, a lot of messages. Sometimes it's quite difficult to keep up with the messages here, but I would advise, take out the time to visit, this channel at least, twice or three times a day. All right, so you can um, keep track of most of the conversations. And yeah, I mean, I would always recommend that you also engage. It is very important, that you engage in, community conversations. One thing you should understand is engaging with others, in terms of the activities on the server, would make it easier to identify you. So if someone has an opportunity to share, it will be easier to share opportunities with, most people that they are already in talks with, right? That is the way, humans basically think, right? That's the way we work, right? That's the way we do things. It is yeah, I mean, it is ideal that if I see a particular job post or a particular, I mean, I can share to the entire community, but if there's a specific one that I have, like, direct access to help one person or two people, yes, I would definitely pick the people I share it with, right? General jobs we posted, we have channels for posting jobs, as you can see, jobs and the talent network, right? But yeah, we also have the specific jobs that we have direct links. Most times we would prefer to share with specific people. Okay, so make sure you're on the server. It's important, and make sure you have conversations and you keep up with other conversations. All right, so we have the town hall, right? The town hall. I'm skipping this because this is basically a channel to use Mid Journey, which is an AI service, right? So you can actually click on this to see most of the images that have been generated using AI. Okay, so let's just keep that for now. So we have the town hall. Okay, so if I click on the town hall, for example, this is going to throw me into you know um, an environment where we can basically have conversations, right? So what we do here is basically have conversations. Of course, I'm in the audience right now. I'm going to disconnect quietly. So when I joined, I was in the audience. Ideally, you would have someone on the stage, right? Someone with the privilege to be on the stage, and the person would, start up a session, so we can have a lot of people join in the audience to listen, more like the way you have your Twitter space, right, or Clubhouse. Okay, so you have someone on the stage talking to, and of course you can have multiple people on the stage. As a matter of fact, if you raise your hand to join the stage, or you have something to say, or you have a question to ask, you'll be invited to the stage. Okay, so we have some of those conversations. in a different session. We'll talk about, we'll talk about that. All right. So we have a free Hangout session. You can simply join a free Hangout session, invite your friends, at least 5 people at a time in a particular Hangout. So I can start a Hangout, for example, and I can have more people join me in this Hangout space to have a conversation about something. If we're having a chat and we'll say, oh, okay, this is interesting, man. Let's join the Hangout so we can have a conversation on this specific topic. Yeah, you can do that, right? So I'm going to end this for now. Right, let's go ahead and end this. Okay, so we have the announcement and updates category, and within the announcement and updates category, we have a forum. When you see this icon, this represents a forum. When you see this icon, it represents a voice chat or a voice call. Yeah, so basically I say a call, but of course you're just setting up an environment to have more people join. It's not like you're calling someone directly, okay? So when I say stage, you're just joining that environment where someone can be on the stage speaking, and then you can be in the audience listening, okay? And of course you can also be invited to the stage. Now, these are the icons. So when you see this, you know this is a stage. This is a regular text channel, right? This is a voice channel, okay? This is a forum channel. This is a text channel. So this is tech news. So this is where we drop updates on tech news. Okay, so you can click on that and you see, some of the news that we have shared, right here. Some of the updates we have shared right here. All right. So socials. So this is another channel where we share, items that has to do with, our social accounts, right? Maybe we're sharing some updates, from LinkedIn, from Twitter. If you have an update to share that has to do with maybe your social accounts, yes, you can also share that here. You can ask others to follow you on LinkedIn. Don't spam. I mean, if you try to spam, you'll be yanked off the server, right? And if you're taken out of the server, I mean, that is it basically, right? It's difficult to join back in except someone invites you. Okay. Um, yeah. Then we have the job and talent network. So basically, you see, we share, items. We share items in the meetups. I think for some reasons, because I joined right now, we probably don't have any items here, but I'm sure we should have some items in the hackathon channel. So you see, we have some hackathons that have been shared in here. If you love hackathons, then of course you can follow up with some of these hackathons. You are going to be, you're going to be seeing the 300 dev days, right? For now, we cannot see that here. Um, yeah, I mean, okay, so we can actually see that channel here. Oh, I get it. All right, Anita responded. Okay, so yeah, you can actually see that channel here. So you can simply click on this, right? So you can click on this and you can, start having conversations already. Now, this is a specific category. This belongs to the cloud engineers, right? And you can see we have the room, we have some resources, we have public resources that we have also shared. And by the way, when the class starts, when the 300 Dev Days program starts on the 1st, you would have a way to also, access all these contents directly from Discord, as well as, from the website. The links will be shared with you, and I can bet you it will be, very simple to access most of these kind of contents. All right. You can always ask your questions. Make sure you're being polite. Don't be rude. Don't insult anybody. We don't allow that. Okay. Just be free, be fun. Drop your messages, ask questions, and of course, someone will always respond to your questions. All right. So right here, you can basically see you have your account detail. When you click on this, you have your account details. You can set your, account status, right? You can actually have multiple accounts, okay? And of course, you can, use this to mute yourself. If you join a session and you want to be muted, yes, you can click on this to make sure you're mute. All right. You can use this to deafen. So if you click on this and you're in a session, you won't be able to hear the person speaking. So make sure you don't mistakenly have this turned on during a session. All right. And right here you have GIFs, you have emojis, so you can basically share, in the chat. All right. And then you can click on the user settings right here. When you do that, it takes you to your settings. So you can basically, edit your account settings. If you created your account and you want to change your username or your display name, you can do that from here. You can reset your password. You can set up an authenticator app to ensure someone does not hack into your account, basically for security. You can also disable your account or delete your account. And yes, we have a bunch of other settings. We don't need to dive into every single thing here. With time, you will definitely understand, most of these other details. The most important thing is, yeah, being able to understand the environment here to have a, friendly conversation with other, members in this server. All right. Okay. So welcome, Chris. Um, Based in Lagos. Yeah, so Chris is based in Lagos. Welcome. Cassie, hi. Welcome. Hi, Cassie. Uh, all right, so that is it basically. Do we have any further questions? Please drop your questions in the chat. Go ahead and introduce yourself if you are here to do that. We just have about 3 to 4 minutes more in this session. Hi, Amaka. All right, so if you're here to introduce yourself, just go ahead and drop that in the chat. Tell us your name, tell us where you're joining from. All right, okay, so I can see we don't have any questions, right? I hope you are able to understand most of the explanations that I gave. By the way, this session is always recorded and kept on YouTube, so you can always visit this session again. Yeah, and remember to visit the website. Visit the YouTube page. I mean, remember to subscribe. If you subscribe, then of course, when we have classes, you'll get those notifications, right? When we schedule classes, you'll get those notifications. You won't miss out on classes because most of the mistakes that we have seen from people, complaining about their learning process is when they miss out on classes. It's mostly difficult for them. I mean, you can always catch up from the video, no doubt, right? But most people would always prefer to be in the class live, right? So that you can ask questions when needed. Okay. Yeah. So if you want to always, if you want to make sure that you follow up with the entire process, every single class, you don't miss classes, and you're able to catch up. Just make sure you have a good internet connection. You have a laptop on standby to practice while the instructor is teaching you, right? It makes it easier for you. Don't assume that you will remember everything. If you're new and you don't know most of these things, just make sure you're in the class, you're live, to work alongside or to practice alongside with the instructor. All right. And yes, you have a lot of materials to practice with, right? It's 10 months. You have a lot of time, right? No one is giving you 50 hours per week or 60 hours per week. It's optional, but the advice here is you have to practice. If you really want to be good at something, you have to practice. We're making it very flexible so that a lot of people have a smooth experience getting into tech, right? So even if you're learning for 3 months, for 4 months, for 5 months, for 10 months, for 2 years, I mean, we have a bunch of programs always, spinning up. And I would advise you to be dedicated, right? I would advise you to make sure you focus, while you're here, make sure you stay focused and learn. We're always open to assisting you. Okay, so do have a wonderful evening, and thank you very much for yeah, thank you very much for joining in. So have a wonderful evening. Bye, guys. I'll see you some other time. Bye.